She'd pull a blade is the issue. But that's what she'd do.
Pull a cat out of the bag and start
absolutely.
Start swinging him at you.
I pulled a blade once.
Did you?
Yeah, I slept with a Sheffield United fan.
Hey, come on!
I felt like that was like the glory days of the early days of Soccer AM right there.
that was
outstanding.
Yeah, that was a bit of Sky Sports AM.
So you could take Teg's advice, or if you'd like, you can just get hammered and have an argument. That is another option.
Or just say, do you
Wearing
want to
that
go...
hat and saying that as well, it seems like the most like
Like-
bloke argument. Yeah, just tell her how you feel over.
All I'm saying is, I just know a lot of people in my life, myself included, who sometimes bottle things up, and the only way to get out there is with a good drink inside you. It was from the Bleach Report, who's quite a good. Well, they've got a good Instagram account anyway. I don't follow anything else. And
That's one of the most pathetic shout-outs ever. Didn't even know what you were shouting out. Big shout out to whatever the fuck they are.
Well, I think they write articles, but I never read them, so I'm just like, they've got a decent Insta account, football-wise.
You don't want to tie yourself to
Yeah,
a
shout out to The Guardian, one of my favourite posters of the...
I've heard Sky News are doing big things these days, not sure. Welcome to the Knockabout Podcast. We are a football podcast where we try not to take things too seriously. We are powered by Bovril, beers, and more importantly, LEBOM, the app where you bet against your mates.
elite combination, we've been told by Pete, but yeah, we'll be chatting football, all the hot topics. We'll be running through the matchday memes that have made us laugh this week, and as ever, we'll be offering our sound advice on your footballing related dilemmas.
Right, give us a shout on the socials as well. We love hearing from you on the socials. You can get in touch with us on there just by DMing us. We are at knockaboutpod. You can also email as well, hello@knockaboutpod.com, or WhatsApp. This is the exciting one for us because you can send us a little voice note with your dilemmas, stuff like that. Just check the contact button on Insta, or you can check the episode's description wherever you get your podcasts. Right, how are we both? Good week?
Tiring week.
Yeah.
I was just saying I've officially got all my stuff out of the old place.
Officially moved out.
Really?
Officially moved out.
Congratulations.
Woo! Thank you so much. I just need to buy a houseplant now, and then I think I'm
I
like...
I just need to buy a house now. You've been a bit
I'm living
premature
in a bin
there.
at the back of Goodison.
Yeah.
No, it's been so stressful. Like, I don't know how there's people that like to move and enjoy that. Like, oh, I'm bored of this place.
Do it all the time.
Scary.
Psychopaths.
I don't know
100%.
anyone like that though. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but everyone I know says it.
Well, I think it's sort of become an older myth now because it's so expensive to move. Everyone's just like, I'm just staying here, mate. I'm done. I had a shocker at home this week, right?
Go on.
I've just been telling you in the pub before we started that I'm quite handy. I can sort of fix things, do all right? I had a shocker this week.
What have you done?
Dishwasher broke, right? Now, I'm in a family with 3 small children. Dishwasher's quite important. I'd never had a dishwasher till this point, till we moved into this house. 36 years old, got my first dishwasher, right? Yeah. Very exciting. It's been a bit of a game changer for us. Very important in our house. Turned it on one day, put a load of pots in and stuff, turned it on, just all the lights start flashing at once, right? So I'm there going, right, it's fucked. So I ring up an appliance man, domestic appliance fixer, because I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this. Googled it. Google gave me nothing. That's the end of my sort of skill knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If
It's not on
YouTube hasn't got a
YouTube.
video, I'm out of there.
Call the
right?
professionals.
So he says, right, it's £115 just for the call out.
God.
Yeah.
Yes, they do that quite a lot.
Very expensive.
I was in a
plus
big-
VAT. Plus
That's
VAT.
mad.
And quite cheekily, you can only pay cash. So I don't know whether that VAT is actually going anywhere.
I know whether that VAT is going anywhere. Sounds like someone who's really failing running a big butter.
So anyway,
big butter churner.
for various reasons, we couldn't buy. We're getting a new kitchen next year, so I
Yeah.
couldn't buy a new one yet.
Right.
But I needed it for now, so I was like, £150, £15. I'm just gonna have to swallow that price and get on with it, right?
Yeah.
The guy turns up. Now there's a knob on my dishwasher.
Yeah, but then you stop playing with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was about to say there was a knob at my door.
He walks in, he goes, right, what's wrong with it? I went, look, I turn it on and all the things flash. And he goes, yeah, the knob's just been turned round this way. You just turn it that way.
No.
So that was what, 150 quid for him to come in.
To be humbled in your
Now,
own
told
home.
you an idiot.
we'd never even changed the knob the whole time that we've lived there, so I just assumed that nothing was wrong with that.
Christ.
Obviously, my kids have just come in one day. Cost me an absolute fortune.
150 quid for someone to come around and say, you're a twat.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've decided, because of this, my kids aren't having Christmas this
Yeah,
year.
I think that's only
Cancelled,
fair.
completely boxed off. And
No money for the teeth that fall
yeah,
out.
none of that. No, yeah. So yeah, 115. he was actually really kind. He went, just give me 100 quid cash.
He felt sorry for you.
Just 100 quid cash, yeah.
He was there 30 seconds. Yeah. And my wife even said to him, she went, this is the easiest morning you've ever had. He was like, yeah, not all of them are this easy. But she was like, well, this one was.
And you're just there thinking, oh, God, I hate my
love
life.
the fact he's trying to defend himself as well. Not all of them are this easy. He's like, well, it doesn't matter. I bet there's more of them. I bet he's done about 4 or 5 absolute disgraces. I remember, and I won't name the company, but a certain plumbing company located quite near Pimlico in London.
Rod Stewart's one.
Used to come, and to get them, it was like 170 quid just for the call out. And then they would only come between 9 and they tried to charge for a call out. They hadn't even they came at the wrong time. We're like, well, no one was there. It was like, well, we still sent the person out, so 100. I was in dispute with them.
Do you know what I wish he'd done? I wish he'd gone, right, this might be messy, just leave the room for 10 minutes, and then he'd like pretended to fix it.
Start hitting things with the
and he'd just gone, that'll sort you, mate. You know what I mean? I've done a good job there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because then you'd feel like, oh, I got my money's worth. He was banging around a lot.
And instead of him just going,
he drank 3 cups of tea while he was here. He was, he was value for money. Well, I weirdly got today. I got scammed. Sort of. I lost a bit of money because I was walking to the train station, and by the place I was a young kid. Like going like, excuse me, sir, like Dickensian. I live in London. So there's a Dickensian urchin.
Can I have some more?
Oliver Twist workhouse.
And I was like, sorry, kid, I'm busy. And as I walked off, I had a look, and he had like this clipboard which was like raising money for a fun run for bullying awareness. No. And I was like, oh God.
Where was this?
By Tottenham Court Road.
Because I saw a young boy with a clipboard yesterday asking, and I just walked past him.
No, so I went like, he was asking like, please give me that. Maybe it's some TikTok challenge or something. Anyway, and then I saw another girl chat to him and gives the money, and I felt so guilty. So I just stayed in Tottenham Court Road. I don't know. So I went back out and went, look, kid, all right, I'll give you 5 quid. Because I was like, I felt so unbelievably guilty. Yeah. And I was like, it's anti-bullying. And so I went back, I paid 5.
Was it cash? Did you give him cash?
No, he had a sum up.
No,
he did not.
He did. This kid had a sum up. So I paid 5 quid via sum up.
No, kid. He did not.
He did. He had a little.
That's why.
That's a scam.
Yeah.
I know I've been scammed. I know I've just given a kid 5 quid for no reason.
But the guilt of it.
I just felt like it's only 5 quid.
Yeah.
But I felt like
for peace of mind.
If I'd left that kid, and then I left, and I was texting my mate, my director Martin. I was just going, I've just given 5 quid.
You've been done, mate.
I've been absolutely.
I can't believe he had a sum up.
He might be okay, because I'm just going to say that now they do actually provide them to, like, you know, like how homeless people sell Big Issue, and nobody ever has cash anymore.
Right,
so
that's
now
how they get.
They've started providing, and I've seen a man selling raffle tickets before and had a sum up.
I don't know. How old was the kid? I don't know if legally.
7.
Yeah, I don't know if legally 10. A 7-year-old can be.
No, but like obviously all they're gonna like. He's a 10-year-old who I've just given a 5 or 2 to run an anti-bullying thing because I felt so.
And he's probably the biggest bully in the school.
Yeah, and he's gone and bought. Yeah, he's gone and bought a catapult with it. Yeah, but
pea shooters.
I was trying to think of a childhood violence sort of. Catapult's perfect.
I mean, but I just left being like, I don't know why I did that. Yeah, because obviously I know that, like, look, worst that's happened is I've given a kid probably $4.84 after they take some up, take a bit, Zettel take a bit of money. But even so, I left being like, how have I been done by, like, doughy-eyed, like, you know,
have
like,
you checked your online banking that it definitely was a $5 that went through?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
500 quid.
I know the producers have said, please don't go on your phone so much. Now you've said that.
Do you know what's weird though? The fact I saw a guy.
$5,000 just gone.
Oh, don't.
Please tell me you used a credit card, so at least it's got some kind of protection.
No, he definitely didn't.
What, some kind of protection? What do you mean?
Well, with a bank card, you would just lose that money with a credit card.
I said £5 to sum up.
Thank God.
Okay. And how many times did you send £5?
70.
Ding, 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 ding.
That was how much my cup of tea was earlier. Fucking hell. Should be a quid. They should be a quid. I paid $2.61.
I agree.
For this, and it was with a discount. Anyway, so I felt a bit bad about that, but it compounded my worst weekend ever as a
you've had a bad time, haven't you?
It's been absolutely
we got video voice notes from you. Video notes, is that what they're called?
Big fan
you
of
got
those.
a video note from a little circle.
Can I just say, Ted's dad is the loveliest, cheeriest, considering his beloved team had just lost 3-0.
He was being well behaved on the call, I'll say.
Yeah, is he mouthy?
We've got good dads, actually. Both your dads are really nice.
Yeah.
And again,
you can share.
I can. You can have. Yeah, Andy'd happily come and play with you for a bit, play catch in the garden.
Thanks, mate.
Fulfill, you know, at the end of that sort of arc in a sitcom. No, it's just. I mean, yeah. So Argyle this weekend, we lost 3-0 at home to Northampton. Got our best striker got sent off, and it was.
Was it justified?
Terrible. 100%. Very funny bit of the. One thing I'd never seen before, by the way, in the stadium was a lino overturn a ref's decision on a penalty.
Oh, wow.
The ref gave a penalty. The lino went, no, it wasn't correct. Decision from the lino, and the ref overturned it, which I thought kudos. I'd never seen that. But anyway, later, and we were all like, "Find it! What's happened? It was just crazy. You've never done it." And then everyone went, saw the replay on over.
Fair enough.
That's a game ban. But yeah, I mean, it is looking like we're going to be double relegation, which was unthinkable.
Well, you thought that your manager had been sacked or left or something, didn't you? During the call, you were like, "Guys, he's left. Maybe there's something that needs to happen."
He's handed in his
we got a call
resignation.
like 10 minutes later, just going, "That wasn't actually true. That my mate just texted me."
I said a video note saying, I wonder if you could put it. I said a video note saying he's gone. Because I heard my dad's a classic, a good source.
Those ITKs in it.
Yeah, and he was like, no, he's got a seat right near the director's box. He knows all these things. And then, but everyone, by the way, thought it had happened.
Yeah.
So this is what's really, I don't know if you've ever had this with a rumour at your club, but I mean, obviously you've got bigger clubs, so this probably happens more, but it was really, he's resigned. Like everyone was talking about it on Pasotti and everything. And so we thought, sorry, I hope you turn it around, Tom, if you do stay. But we all thought, yes.
I think it's all right
Next
to want your manager to go if you.
I don't believe any other club would have kept their manager by now. I think it's inexcusable to, with a top 6 budget in the league, and having just got relegated from the Championship, be second bottom of the league. I think it's completely inexcusable. And I think that. And that's my only serious take.
What other managers that have played for United and Everton could we get in?
Darren Gibson,
Moyes, he did both.
Phil Neville. Phil Neville's the perfect one.
Oh, we fucking will as well. Absolutely. Oh, that's a great shout. Which other? Yeah, if you can write in with any good, we'll make a list next week of who.
Make a list of managers that could take over Plymouth next. Let's do matchday memes, mate.
So was this yours set?
This is mine. I've gone for the first matchday meme, and it was from the Bleach Report. Who's quite a good. Well, they've got a good Instagram account anyway. I don't follow anything else. And
that's one of the most pathetic shout-outs ever. Didn't even know what you were shouting out. Big shout out to whatever the fuck they are.
Well, I think they write articles, but I never read them. So I'm just like, they've got a decent Insta account football-wise.
You don't want to tie yourself to.
Yeah, shout out to the Guardian, one of my favourite posters of the.
I've heard Sky News are doing big things these days. I'm not sure. So. Ange Postecoglou and Thomas Frank, they looked at their records at the start of each of their starts to a season. Lucas, I can't read it from here. Would you be able to read them out, please, the bottom thing?
After 13 league games this season under Thomas Frank, 10th place, 18 points after 13 league games last season under Ange Postecoglou, 7th place, 20 points.
Wow.
So Ange was doing a lot better at this point in the season last year, but I mainly just wanted this meme because I love a face mashup.
Mate.
And we've got Thomas Frank on Ange Postecoglou. They've also done Thomas Frank's neck, I think, because that's not Big Ange's big neck, is it?
I've never seen Big Ange's neck, to be honest.
Maybe actually that's more Thomas Frank and then just Ange's top.
I think they've just Anged the beard because
hair and the beard.
With the fact that is one of the most Bosnian men I've ever seen.
Isn't it?
That is a remarkably Balkan bloke.
There's a touch of David Tennant about it. If you've
spot on there, Sarah.
Do you know what
It looks like David Tennant playing Ange Postecoglou. It looks
yes.
when he does makeup.
The biopic.
The biopic.
The big Ange, the biopic we didn't know we needed.
Exactly.
The big Ange biopic. We take that.
That's a great point.
How much longer does it take him to shave his neck? I mean, that is long.
It's a vampire's dream.
It's a proper turkey neck, isn't it? Like, proper
vampire's dream. Just quickly on because could you tell me the stats again? Because I thought they were similar. No.
After 13 league games this season under Thomas Frank, 10th place, 18th points.
So 18 points
and 10.
He's in 10th.
versus after 13 league games last season under Ange Postecoglou, 7th place, 20 points.
So it's only 2 points difference. But
only
it's
2
three
points
places.
difference, but yeah.
Having said that, people forget how quickly it went off the rails under Ange.
Yeah.
It was
This
only
is
really around January where it all became absolutely like they weren't, they went on a bit of a death spiral after this.
But
I
as
had
well,
looked comparatively.
we've just been saying about Tottenham though, and about the Premier League this season in general. Everything is so tight. You lose a game and suddenly you are sort of 5-6 positions lower
It's
than you would have been.
wild.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
You were saying
absolutely
it's
wild.
7 points.
7 points between 14th for Everton and 2nd for
Chelsea.
City currently.
Oh, City.
That is bizarre. And you think how bad City started, and then they've sort of like crept right up.
That's it.
Liverpool was strong and dropped and got the win, and then United. It's wild. And Sunderland.
Everton, I mean, Sunderland obviously maybe a bigger talking point, but Everton's fascinating. Didn't win for the first 5 games or something. Lost every one of the first. Didn't score for 6 games
Villa.
or something. Sorry. Villa didn't score for 6 games. You know what? It's because when I first got match attacks, the first 2 teams I got full were Aston Villa and Everton.
So you get mixed up.
To me, that's a derby.
Yeah.
It's not to anyone else in the world, but the Villa-Everton derby.
I love stuff like
the
that.
match attacks derby to me. But
Match it.
So yeah,
Now
Aston
they're
Villa,
fourth.
their start to a season, and then suddenly I literally looked at the table yesterday and I was like, where'd Villa come from there?
Yeah.
They've
Fourth.
absolutely
And
rocketed
And
up
they're
the
doing
league.
quite well in the Champions League as
Yeah,
well,
they're
aren't
doing
they?
all right, yeah.
So they've kind of just they've turned it around. It's a bizarre. It's really exciting though.
So
for
what we're
us.
saying,
League, isn't
what
it?
we're saying, Ted, is it's not too late for Tom Cleverley. A
It's
couple
not
of games
too
and you'll
late.
be up there in the playoffs.
I tell you right now, if we survive relegation, I will get a
Cleverly tattooed
Cleverly-
on your arse.
No, why would I do that? That sounds like
I
an
don't
awful
know.
thing to happen. If we survive relegation, I won't do anything. If we manage to somehow get promoted this season, I'll give you that. Then I will get a Tom Cleverly tattoo.
On your backside.
Okay.
Okay, amazing.
And that's whether or
And
not
temporary
Tom
or not, but it'll be a temporary.
That's whether or not Tom Cleverley's the one to do it. Like if he gets fired tomorrow.
Oh no! That's a great point. If Cleverly turns it around,
Okay.
And do you know why? Because I'd be so happy, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Do you know, that would be.
I'll add to that. If Tom Cleverley gets you promoted this season, I'll get a tattoo of him on my forehead. That's where I'll go. It's not going to happen.
That one of the safest bets.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
isn't
Like,
it?
Tottenham are an absolutely bizarre example of a team that just never quite get it right in any sort of recruitment capacity. And I think Frank, from the outside, Thomas Frank is an excellent appointment. And he probably will come good. But when you look at that with Ange and you go, well, they did win a trophy under Ange. And actually there was this issue, as we always say, why do you get rid of Ange if you're going to be in a worse... I'm sure they will finish higher this season.
Yeah.
I think they'll finish 7th or something. But
I think if Ange had a better way about him
you know, you're not wrong.
in post match conferences and stuff, I think he probably could have been still in a job.
I think he became, and I like Ange, as you know, I think he
became a
became
comedy
Trumpian
character.
No,
towards
he
the end.
did.
He became quite sort of,
Yeah.
I always win in my second season. I always win in my second season, and we're going to win so much in my second. We're going to win so big in my second season.
I think you'll find North London's always ours.
Yeah.
But how much?
North London's never
Actually,
been wider.
they're saying they prefer the Europa League. People are now saying they prefer the Europa League. We used to call it the Euro Cup. We used to call it not anymore. Now we call it Europa. Why we do that, I don't know. But and that I think that you're right, because if he hasn't had that attitude, I think everyone would be maybe a bit more like, oh bless.
Well, actually, I think he would have gone under the radar more as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really accentuates his bad points and his losses when he ends up acting like a toddler.
Because actually, Moyes is quite a good example of that.
Yeah.
In terms of Moyes, your start season's been okay, but it's not been brilliant.
But he
And I
just
think
stays steady
Moyes
and
stays sort of, you
really
kind of think,
like...
if you sack Moyes, everyone will be like, why on earth are you doing that?
Yeah.
My one this week is this. This is just bizarre. So this is a St Mirren player is unhappy that a pass is slightly delayed towards him, and he just boots out a play.
Oh, I'm here for this. So here for this.
Let's have a look.
if you can
There
hear
he
the commentary.
goes. So he's waiting for the ball. Yeah. Doesn't come.
Bit too late.
Big
Big hoof of a habit.
Wow.
Absolutely
Love
no
that.
reason. Twats it.
The shithousery there. That
That is
is
absolutely
Sunday League,
beautiful.
isn't it?
It
Like
is,
with
isn't
your
it?
mates
Yeah.
where you're like, that's shite, mate. Bang.
I apologise to any Scottish listeners. It's so Scottish. It's just the most like Scottish League thing to happen. Because he's like, we've all been frustrated on a pitch. But it's like,
It's as
why
though
have
the
you done
player
that?
went, this league doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck
it.
it. No one will see this. And it's like, because kicking a ball is out of play is always funny in a hoof. Like, I love when, we all love it a bit when our defender, when we're, trying to, hold out, whacks it into row Z. I remember being at AFC Wimbledon in 2014, I want to say. and they lost 24 balls during the game.
No way.
Because they had to start using training balls because it just kept getting kicked out.
I love that,
My dad and I were keeping notes.
Really,
it was so funny. But I love that. I mean, our Tolai, who got sent off at the weekend, as he was so annoyed at being sent off, he just for no reason twatted one of the ball boys' balls out the stadium. I mean, the fans kind of loved it.
Yeah, why do we love that though? When it goes and everyone's like, and the best is when you hear it bounce off the tin,
There's a new rule for football.
There's
a new rule for football. That if it's in the area of the goal, if you manage to get it out the stadium, above those head, it should be worth 2 points as well. It should be worth 2 points.
Love that. Like almost like cricket with 6 or something as well. Yeah, amazing. I had to do this week. Obviously, at the point of recording, this was Everton. I've been battered since, but we managed to pull off a great result last Monday against United after the bust up between Idrissa Gana-Gueye and Michael Keane. It was bizarre, wasn't it?
Played better when you had a bit of fire in your bellies. To be fair.
I think it was a tactical masterstroke from Idrissa. I think he thought, I'm going to get these boys hyped. They're going to have to work hard. And he's gone, come here, Mickey, smack. And, I thought it was great of Everton afterwards to clearly someone in the content, it wasn't me, brought in boxing gloves and got a lovely, there was a video as well, but that picture of Michael Keane and Idrissa Gana-Gueye.
It looked genuine as well. It actually looks like they were like, come on.
Yeah,
let's get over it.
I think it came from a moment of he's called him out for he's not happy with Michael's defending and the pass, or I can't even remember because that took the thing, and he's got heated. I like the passion, but obviously you can't do that in a game. I still think the red was a bit harsh.
My flatmate, I'd never seen him more adamant.
We were texting, weren't we?
Yeah, we were texting about it. My flatmate was like, he's gonna lose his job if that happened in my work. If that I work in a school. If that happened in a school, man, he'd be gone. I'm like, well, yeah, it's a complete difference. And these are two professional sports.
It's a true point though.
If two substitute teachers or teachers through hands, then yeah. But no, he was like, I can't believe it. He'd lose his job. He'd lose his livelihood.
Is he a football fan?
He supports Wolves, so no.
Fair. They could do with a bit of hands at Wolves.
But
he's a bit not really. He's been forced quite a lot to watch Sky Sports main event with me. But.
Whatever's on.
Well, following the red card of Idrissa Gana-Gueye, I thought only right that we play a little game. I'm not going to slap yous.
Yeah, we're
all safe
Who
here.
can take the best slap?
Yeah.
Sorry, out of the three of us, I'm obviously getting murdered. Stagger. Break me like a twig.
Do you reckon?
Let's test this theory.
I think. Do you know what? I think you would just one punch him down.
Right. Okay.
You would scrap me well.
Though. It'd be a slap. It'd be a slap.
If you slap me, I would die.
Right. Okay.
I think similar for you. I maybe coma, but death coma.
Have you ever been in a fight, Ted?
I've been in a few. Yeah.
Have you?
And he's still here.
On the wrong end. On the wrong end of the fight.
No, I've been in a fight. A lot of them have been quite verbal, I would say, rather than
stage fights.
I'm stage combat trained.
Yeah, of course.
No, have I been in a fight? Once. I've tried to throw hands once.
I love.
I would love to see it.
It was pathetic.
Oh God, I would
Norwich away.
Was it a footy one
was
as
it
well?
footy?
I've twice.
Football.
Norwich away last year got quite aggressive.
Got quite tasty.
Or 2 years ago, 2024. And when we were at Barnsley away, I yelled at another supporter.
What did
but I
you
didn't
yell?
fight. Well, they were just using language that I don't think you should use.
Oh, I see.
Big words that I couldn't understand. No, they were using homophobic
language. So you went in.
And I went, hey! Like that.
Did you?
Yes,
Did you?
Yes, lad.
Hey, like that. And but it was a tragic, weird CP company kid who I'd seen have a dark foods before. So it's just some kid.
It's
you go,
always,
hey, don't say that, and they sort of go, okay, well,
it's like fuel to the fire.
A big boy has said. So even though to them, if they met you,
hang on, was he one of your?
Not one of my
Plymouth support.
Not one of my squad. He was a Plymouth fan. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you were calling out your own fan.
I was calling out fans.
That's
good on you, man.
That's good.
I don't like hearing that.
And we would stand with you and fight that person or yell at them.
The problem is sometimes I should
yell at them. Go on.
I'll say it for a car. The problem is sometimes it's quite funny when they use slurs, like homophobic slurs. Sometimes you're like, what? That's a very like the old when it's an old timer.
Yeah.
There's something quite funny about an old timer. Seeing someone misplace a path and going, oh, that was a shot of a puff, and you'll go you'll be like, that's a funny turn of phrase.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
And I think Puff or Pufter are the ones that the old times use.
Come on, you
aren't
bloody
they?
Quendo.
Yeah.
I mean, I always remember one guy once.
Shot of a bull.
I always remember once as well, one guy saying, and it was like, and I remember I was actually taking my mate to the game and we were both like, that's homophobic, but it's quite funny. He was like, someone had just put in a weak tackle or something. He's like, oh, he's probably too tired from sucking dick last night.
Like he's desperate to get it in.
Yeah.
Like he's looking around going, anyone else? Anyone else into sucking dick?
So
No?
obviously,
Okay, just
like,
me.
yeah, maybe you were saying that like a fact, like he was sucking
yeah,
mine.
probably
we
was,
were doing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I was like, bloody hell, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
But anyway, those are my two
Outstanding.
fights for now. But you would both kill me in a fight. Is the point.
No, I don't think so. I think
I'm actually
after I've heard that
not a
voice-
fighter. At
You're a
all.
lover.
I'm a pathetic.
But you've
fighter.
dressed like a sort of
Millwall.
Vinnie Jones hooligan today.
Yeah. Any of my friends, you saying that about me, my friends would find hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
Your teddy bear.
Oh, awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
But you look like you said you would fit right in the away end with Millwall.
Yeah, recently on a train, I'd had a few drinks and someone was being a bit nasty, and I think the thing is because I can look like I could. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
This looks like you have a switchblade.
Yeah, but I think the bald head as well. If you stand up and you're over 6 foot and quite chunky, with a bald head,
Peaky Blinders slouch.
it does sort of.
Yes, yes.
Can't. You don't need to get into a fight. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
A slap head is that because it also looks like it's going to be a slap from. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's. I know.
Yeah.
My mate went bald, who's 6'7" once.
Yeah.
He went bald and he said, "I just had the best time." That's just wandering back and was like, "Well, that guy hit me."
Like Ross Kemp, like in it. Like,
Yeah.
beat me up.
I'm never afraid walking down the street.
No,
Yeah.
no.
No one's
But
like-
still, it's interesting you said that. I think you would also beat me. I think you would be very close.
Yeah.
As a fight, I think you're
Sarah
scrappier.
would have me.
I think she's scrappier.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you know.
Scrappy is the word.
Yeah.
But you know,
she'd pull a blade is the issue. But that's what she'd
She'd
do.
pull a cat out of the bag and
yeah,
start hustling.
absolutely.
start
Yeah.
swinging them at you.
I
Cat's
I
eggs.
pulled a blade once.
Did you?
Yeah, slept with a Sheffield United fan.
Hey, come on!
I felt like that was like the glory days of the early days of Soccer AM right
Yeah,
there.
that was,
That was outstanding.
Yeah, that was a bit of Sky Sports there.
That was outstanding. That was.
But so the game.
The game. Shall I do an intro
Fights,
to this in
the
like
game.
a?
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
So, Idrissa Gana Gay, Michael Keane, obviously Premier League era. I'm going to stick with Premier League era. Best fights of all time. I want you to blind rank these suggestions that I'm going to give you.
Okay, we're blind
We'll obviously
ranking.
start with Garner and Keane. Top 5 Premier League fights of teammates.
And we're starting with Garner and Keane, are we?
I think that's
all
gotta
right. If
be-
we're blind ranking, I don't think that was that
I
great.
agree.
I'd like to go 4 or 5.
I'd completely agree. I'll go 4 because
Let's go 4, 'cause there
maybe
might be a
recency
worse one.
bias stops it being 5, but I'd put 4.
Let's go 4. We're going to go 4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we're going to go Tyrone Mings and El Ghazi at Aston Villa.
I remember that. I remember it being quite tame, wasn't it? It was. It
Yeah.
wasn't really like a.
It was more of a shouty.
I also think you go into Mings and then you go, actually, I don't want to do
You're not
this.
going to upset him, are
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Should we stick that 5?
5.
Bottom
yeah,
5, yeah.
I'm over that.
Then we've got Jamie Carragher and Alvaro Arbeloa as well.
Arbeloa.
Arbeloa.
Below.
I think it's 3.
Let's go 3 for that one.
Jamie
yeah,
Carragher,
let's-
Arbeloa.
I mean, we're leaving the top 2, so they better be good ones. I think I know what one of them will be.
I know.
but
I
go
know.
on.
I know what my number 1 is.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's everyone's
okay.
number.
Go
I
on.
feel like it's going to be the same for most of us with that
right.
in Premier League history. But Bruce Grobbler versus Steve McManaman.
Ex-Argyle, Bruce Grobbler. Ex-Argyle.
Yeah, we'll go 2 with that.
2.
Hopefully.
I think you have done this. This is how I would have also ranked,
right.
and I think a lot of people will, because that was pretty heated. I mean, like...
Yeah,
he's-
Grobbler's
there
not
was a
someone
s-
you would mess with
Well,
too
Grobbler,
much.
I can't remember there's lots of good Argyle stories about him. I wish I could remember them.
Yeah, my mate had like his football do at the end of the season. Grobbler came and spoke, and he took them all out in town afterwards.
Really?
In a local
Brilliant.
town. Yeah, he said it was great fun.
That's
Really
it.
good fun. And he says he just does that all the time. Just goes around doing speaking things, and then goes on the piss with like football teams that he
what a
does.
life.
Let's
I
get him
know,
on.
amazing.
To have been a footballer from that, he's just the right era to be on the piss the whole time now.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
Like the culture never quite left.
Yeah,
He's still
I
got
know.
enough money and name recognition.
Yeah.
And the best
amazing.
characters in the game,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah.
100%.
Ming El Ghazi 5.
Yeah.
We've gone
Garner and
Gay
Keane.
K 4. Mm-hmm. We've gone for Carragher and Arbeloa 3.
Bruce Grobbler.
We've gone for Grobbler and McManaman too.
So hopefully it's a good one last.
We all know what this is going to be,
Come on.
and you've done it correctly. Lee Bowyer
Yeah.
and Kieran Dyer. Because,
One.
my God, have you ever seen anything like that in the Premier League?
Number one.
Decent scrap, but also the worst fake apology afterwards in front of all the media. It was Souness, wasn't it? Graham Souness telling them to shake hands and be mates again afterwards.
Yeah.
And then, go on, shake hands.
No, it's proper like naughty school kids.
Yeah.
I showed it to my flatmate because he'd never seen it before, and I was like, "You gotta watch this because it's a proper his shirt's
Oh,
ripped
yeah.
off.
And like punches being thrown, not just like proper punches being thrown.
And they
at
were
each
3-0
other.
down at home to Aston Villa. I
That's
think.
right.
And I think, and they were yelling. The other thing about that, of course, which is great as a sort of fight, is that it's a proper one where they use it as an excuse of why they lost the game. But they were 3-0 down at the time.
Yeah, because they've gone
It's like,
down
well, if
to
that
9.
hadn't happened, it's like the 75th minute, 3-0 down at home. It's like, well, that changed the game.
Might as
then
well have a scrap.
Might as
eh?
well have a scrap. Yes, yeah.
9-man Newcastle United lose to Aston
Well,
Villa.
in the apology, it's really funny because I've rewatched it this week, and Graham Souness, so close to trying the accent. Graham Souness, who I really like Souness, but there's a bit where he just goes like, what I will say in their defence is that there was a shocking decision by the referee earlier in the game not to award a penalty. And it's like, the big talking point is you're not going to change the narrative.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're
It
not
would
gonna-
work if it was Mourinho, like we spoke about before, saying something like that. But Souness,
We had a Scottish teacher at school, and I think he was an English or history teacher, I can't remember. But I sat next to a girl who I'd never really spoken to before, and he walked in, he started speaking one day, and she just looked at me and went, "He sounds like Graham Souness," and I immediately fell in love with her because girls weren't interested in football in our school at that age. And I was like, fuck, do you know who Graham Souness? And also, she nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. I was like, this is brilliant.
Two great Graham Souness moments, of course. One is, and I wrote a parody of this in my show that I'm doing, 10 Million United, and when this comes out, you still got 2 days to see it.
Sure, yeah.
And I wrote a parody of that, and someone was like, that's Souness, isn't it? And it's because, when the Kurt Zouma thing came out, and I've got major problems with it, because for me, that cat's done nothing wrong. It's just brilliant way to talk about it.
It sounds like a parody, doesn't it?
It
feels like a parody.
It sounds like a sketch about how they would act in, like, Peter does animal,
Yeah.
But the other one I absolutely love, and it's a great thing. I said this before once, maybe not on the podcast, but he's actually a great LGBTQ+ advocate. Graham Souness. He's really, but again, the way he talks about it, and he talks about going to Brighton Pride and having a great time, and he's just brilliant. And he did a lot of great, important conversations, but he does talk about it like, all I'd say, get yourself to Brighton Pride.
I've seen this video.
Get down there, because it is a great time. It is a...
He almost sounds pissed off about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, all I would say, lads, get down there. And you think that he's almost going to go, find 2 of them, beat them all, come back. Do you know what I mean?
It's like, he says it like it's sort of like, he says it like it's almost like they have to do it for pre-season. They're like, get yourself down there. All those stories of managers, like, if you're not in the hotel bar by 8, it's like, if you're not at the Trixie Mattel throat by 4 p.m. If you're not watching Jessie Ware by 7 p.m, you're fine.
I want a rainbow on each cheek of everyone, all right? Arse, cheek or face, I don't care, all right?
That is, if I was at Brighton Pride and just saw Souness there with no context,
Yeah, that's fever dream stuff, isn't it?
I don't drink anymore, I'd be like, I've been spiked here. My lime and soda has been spiked. That's excellent. But let us know as well where you would rank each
or
of
if
those
we've missed a
fights.
big fight.
Yeah,
if we've missed a big Prem fight, maybe.
Because there's some, like, involving like Ibrahimovic and stuff, but I stuck with Premier League for this. But if there's something like even like EFL or different leagues around the world,
if we have any South American fans, they're
going to clean.
those
They're
are
going to
tame.
sweep.
Those would be tame.
Right, we need to do a big debate quite quickly here.
We do.
Let's have a little look this week on big debate at. Should we look at relegation?
Yeah, we've done a lot, haven't we, about the title chart? The title contenders and Liverpool and Arsenal and so on and so forth. So. Who will go down? Who will be relegated?
Who's going to be relegated this year? I'll start things off. I think it's the bottom 3 right now. I think they're going.
Yeah.
Wolves, Burnley, Leeds are going down for me.
So let's start with Wolves. Wolves are down.
Yeah.
Wolves are down. I can't see a way for them. Sorry to my flatmate. Wolves are down. There's no way they're coming back. They're 2 points. They've still got 2 points. Not won a game. 13 games, not won a game. I think they will break the record by Derby. Because someone's got to at some point, is my genuine theory.
I think this might be one of those seasons where people go, were they deducted points at some point? Do you know what I mean? Like, were they on -10 when they started? I can't remember.
It's insane.
Also, because And again, I know Rob Edwards. I think Rob Edwards is a Wolves fan, so I do kind of get the level of if you get the opportunity to manage your hometown club. But the fact that he left Middlesbrough, high flying Middlesbrough, high flying Middlesbrough to go there and leaving so soon into a season, I think is.
An odd situation,
really silly situation, and I think just stupid for someone who I think was given a really good chance again at Middlesbrough because he got Luton effectively relegated last year. Again, double dropped. I don't understand it, so I don't know if you agree, and maybe it's a mean thing to say. I quite want them to go down.
Well, he could have been in the Premier League next season with Middlesbrough instead of,
But are we all agreed Wolves are going to go down?
Yeah, Wolves
on 2 points are going down. Right?
I like Wolves, but I think they're going
Burnley for me, because you're looking at sort of 5 or 6 teams, aren't you? Realistically, I think Burnley are the next worst team out of the lot.
Football terrorist Scott Parker will do it again. I mean, the worst. And
he'll be back in a job.
Do you know what he'll do? He will get this exact same sort of job as he always gets, which is Ipswich next year, biggest budget in the league or whatever.
Yeah.
Just about get them up with the worst football you've ever seen in your life, just dross, and then get relegated again. He did it with Fulham. The Fulham team he took up in 2019-20, that should have stayed in the division.
So are we agreed Burnley are the next team?
I think Burnley are gone as
all
well,
right.
personally.
And then if we're not looking, and then above that, we're basically, because I'm not going to include Everton in this, I'm going to be kind on that one. Moyes, I think will absolutely do it.
Yeah.
Then below Everton, you've got Fulham, Nottingham Forest, West Ham and Leeds. Now, I'd like to take 2 of those out there. I would like to take out Nottingham Forest and West Ham. For me, Sean Dyche at Forest is doing a great job.
He's the master of keeping teams up, isn't he? He did it with Everton when we had 10 points took off us and were down and out the season before.
And I think Nuno will do it with Forest. I think he's with West Ham. I think he's too good a manager to take them down.
I think that it's a very sensible argument to say Leeds are going down. I think also history of promoted teams staying up.
I'd just like to point out as well, I'd like Leeds to go down, so I don't know whether that adds anything. But
I don't, because I really like Daniel Farke. I think he's a great man. My dad and I were saying this on the train home. Who would we want as our dream Argyle manager? And it's Daniel Farke.
Really, yeah.
I mean, we were saying dream realistic. Farke probably wouldn't come to League One or League Two as it'll be next year. But Farke feels more. Obviously Klopp would love. The ghost of Bobby Robson.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
But you feel like you could maybe just get Farke at some point. Is what you're saying.
And I like him, and I think he plays really great, exciting football. I think he has tactical issues. I think Leeds are quite a good team. I think they'll be the closest to staying up of those.
Yeah.
I think Forest will go down.
Do you really?
Okay.
And I think the reason is, I think Forest under Dyche, and maybe I don't.
Great players.
Do
as
I think this? I'm not. I really would this because I think Fulham are more in danger than I think we're. So I know you left them and think Fulham are more in danger because I think they're complacent. And I'm seeing them tomorrow against Man City, and I'll give feedback. But that was a huge win against Tottenham at the weekend.
It's important.
I think maybe it was a new manager bouncing with Dyche. And I think maybe the quality and the exhaustion of playing in Europe.
Maybe,
remember,
this is always an issue,
sort of thing, with not a very thick squad, and they won't have a lot of money to spend now because two redundancy pays to managers.
Come on, though. I just think
I like Dyche a lot.
Old gravel voice. He's not going down, is he? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to be nice and not include Manchester United in this this time. We're a lofty 3 points ahead of us.
All right, fuck it. Everton are going down. Sod you.
No, I think that's probably right. I think Burnley. The mad thing is Sunderland have done so well. Often. Everton, listen, anything can happen in football, but as you say, I think since Moyes has come in, he's kind of pulled us significantly far away from that chat. If this had been last year where Sunderland come up and done well, we'd have been shitting ourselves because you kind of hope when you're down there that the 3 that come up are going to struggle, and they're just flying. So we go in Burnley, West Ham, and Forest.
Wolves.
Wolves are down. Well, so I'd say
Burnley.
I mean, let's take Fulham as another, because it is interesting, because I think the middle of the table, this is what we started saying earlier. So the other chat about this is the mid-table teams in the Prem this year are so strong. And I was reading a statistic about salaries. And no offense to Bruce Gobbler, but reading a thing about salaries, and that basically I think the biggest determinant of your league position often is salary. But the Premier League now is so ahead of the rest of the world. So Premier League's average salary is 4.1 million. La Liga is 2.7.
That's wild,
right? So obviously at the top it's all quite similar. When it's Barcelona's, Real Madrid's, they will be paying. But I think part of the reason why we have such a strong mid-table is that we can attract with such big salaries. When you've been in the Prem for a while, you've got a bit of those TV payments. And so suddenly you're seeing this sort of accidentally entrenched sort of 14 clubs that just, barring financial mismanagement or just a shocker of a season,
Well, let's have a look at the mid-table right now. So 13th to 7th, we'll call that mid-table.
Yeah.
Upwards, Newcastle, Spurs, Bournemouth, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Liverpool United.
Oh, you talk
Wild.
about Bournemouth and Brentford.
Yeah.
They are traditional relegation
They
candidates.
should be around the bottom, sort of swirling the drain,
Yeah.
and everyone's going, right,
Oh, have we done it again?
Who's going to get rid of the manager first? Let's bin ours off first. They're nowhere near it.
No,
they're absolutely out of it this
Palace as well.
season.
Palace have been a bit of a yo-yo club between,
Yeah.
Prem and Championship over the years, and now they're looking.
I think they've nailed a good manager.
They have, although, is he going to walk? Because, he said today that the club was mismanaged, but all over the weekend he said the club was mismanaged by finances.
That's
we
really
should have bought more
interesting.
people.
This always feels like a bit of a last salute of managers, their last resort of going, right, I've had a word with the owners.
Yeah.
They're doing fuck all. What can I do?
I'm calling them out.
I'm going to go to the
known.
media. Do you know
I'm
what I
going
mean?
public with this.
Yeah,
feud.
definitely. Yeah.
And it's awful on Football Manager when that happens, and you get a player who goes public, and you see unhappy brackets public, and you go, oh,
Just on public manager.
that's gonna be brought up by.
It's like a couple who are having an argument and they take it to Facebook. That's
Yes.
what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
They're
Where
really passive-aggressive,
I'm
comment.
not getting anywhere here. I'm going to fucking stick this on Facebook,
Don't
but
you
not
find
name
it
you.
really annoying when someone like?
Yeah, we've got
100%.
these like Glasner's burner
Glasner's,
Tumblr pages,
yes,
like,
yeah.
but I think they're all strong. Whereas the Leeds, I think, are in trouble. But I'd like Leeds to stay up because I would like only one relegated team. From the Guns have gone up. I think Forest. I think West Ham are bad, but I think conversely to your Deitch and Nuno point, Deitch has got a bit of the new manager bounce.
Yep.
Nuno hasn't, which means to me he's going to be a better long-term manager.
Yes.
That's why I think. So what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm going to go Wolves, Burnley, West Ham for me to
Right.
go.
Wolves, Burnley, West Ham.
Also, the Olympic Stadium in the Championship is so funny.
That is
Right.
such a hilarious
Exactly.
thing.
What a place for
because the
Forest, the City ground's great.
Yeah, but the West Ham Stadium doesn't have the greatest atmosphere
No.
at the best of times. When it's a third full in the Championship, Jesus, they're going to struggle.
That'll be lovely on there.
Wouldn't
Right,
it?
let us know what you reckon to this one because it'd be a good debate to be getting going.
Yeah.
Relegation this season. I'm going with the three that are bottom right now. You've heard our debates. Give us a shout. You can find us at Knockabout Pod on all the socials. And it's time to take a little break. I need another Bovril. We'll be back soon. Right, welcome back to the second half of the Knockabout podcast.
And as you know, this season we're going to be sending members of our team up and down the country to different football grounds. This week's roaming reporter clip comes from Charlotte, who's been speaking to some toffees.
If you had to take a player from your rival team, who would it be?
Richarlison? No.
Really?
Rival team?
But you have to.
Salah?
Salah?
Nah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Well, I'll probably have Jack Grealish.
Jack Grealish, you'd keep him kind of thing.
he's-
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what? I'd have Isak. Sod it. Yeah.
Isak?
I'd have Van Dijk.
Oh,
No one.
really? No
Van
one?
Dijk's a good shout.
Anyone who's put that red shirt on is not coming anywhere near me.
Bernardo Silva.
No,
Bruno Fernandes.
None of them. No.
None of them.
No, I don't need them. James at Chelsea. Probably at Wolves
James-
again.
Yeah. Richarlison.
At the moment, probably Richarlison.
Marcus Rashford.
I would think I would probably take Salah.
Salah.
No.
That famous Everton-Barcelona rivalry that's going on with Marcus Rashford.
And the Everton-Tottenham one as well. It's like, all right.
I think
so-
Evertonians just really want Richarlison back.
Which player would you take from your rivals? All right.
from your arch rival.
Yeah.
I would say.
Let's
All right,
reframe it
all
like
right.
that.
You because you'll be going Liverpool with Everton, I'll go City.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it should
And
work.
for the sake of listeners being engaged,
Yeah.
I'll choose Fulham and get a Chelsea player because
Okay,
you don't
great.
really want to hear who of the Exeter City lineup.
Right then, Sarah, a Liverpool player that you would take. Who you having?
Right now,
If you had to.
Oh gosh, that is a tough one. I would have said probably maybe Szoboszlai actually. I'd go
Szoboszlai?
with for
All right.
current.
That's a great shout.
Yeah,
That's a really good shout.
I think he's been solid. I think he's been brilliant, and that like kind of whether they use him at fullback, which we could do with at times, or in the midfield. I think he's a great player, and I think Salah and Van Dijk. If you said I would definitely have said Salah a few years ago, but I think now
Would you not want Ekitike though to fill your striker gap of someone who's really good?
that is a good shout.
Can we just go back? I love the fact you're not taking Salah. I love the fact you think Everton are above Salah right now.
Oh, I'm going to take Sarah's side. I'm going to take Sarah's
so
side.
funny.
No, I don't
34.
I don't think Salah now is good enough.
You don't think he's getting in the Everton team right now?
He would get in the team, but there's ones I'd rather have than him.
All right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Well saved.
I'll go Haaland.
It's true, though.
We need United need a proper decent striker. It
But
pains me to say he's absolutely brilliant.
Oh,
he's an absolute monster
Yeah.
robot thing, and he's brilliant. So yeah, I'd have to go Haaland, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
So you're pretending to be a Fulham fan now for the sake of the podcast.
My second team, as we've been very clear on for this podcast, and offer for the sake of, and I'll be there tomorrow night.
Proper fan goes the games.
Having my caviar and
Your port.
Well, they have an aversion of Bovril that's caviar. Beef bourguignon Bovril, duck Bovril. I would say so. Chelsea have a few players I think are just in this current team fantastic. They need a proper, really, really strong striker. And so I would take Liam Delap. And I know he's not necessarily the best player in that Chelsea team, but I think he fits a need that Fulham would benefit from.
Yeah.
I think there's such a low abundance of great strikers.
Yeah.
And he would fit that.
I like Liam Delap. I'm trying to say this without being offensive, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen him speak. I think he probably isn't this, but when he's on a football field, he looks thick, right?
Yeah.
He looks like a bloke who's like, football, yeah, I'll go play football, yeah, I'll score a goal. What do I need to do? Score a goal? I'll score a goal.
He looks quite a bit like a foreign henchman Bond beats up.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
He really has a sort of doesn't speak with.
Or just like the athletic guy at school that would walk into a door. Do you know what I mean? Like he just has that look to him. He's probably not, but he looks like a thick bloke.
But it's funny actually that you made that point because there's some footballers that everybody notoriously says are a bit like, you know, a bit dopey, we'll say, not necessarily book smart, like your Jack Grealishes, like Cole Palmer's, but there's something so endearing about them as well. Like Cole Palmer, for me, I just find him absolutely hilarious.
What I love about Grealish, though, is whenever he doesn't understand something, he just says it. He just goes, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
But that's why Grealish is great, because it's not that he's, again, not that he's stupid, it's that he's literally just like, he's a footballer. His entire life has been learning about football and doing football things. And so when you're like, what is the currency of Azerbaijan? He'll be like, well, I don't know.
But then you'd have players like
200 grand a week, mate. Why would I give a shit?
Whatever that converts to in Azerbaijan, it's a fucking loads.
Amadou Onana, like, come in, he speaks like 8 languages or something, and raps, sings, and does all this mad stuff, and you're like, that's just not fair. Like you're one of the best high-paid footballers globally, and you can do all this other stuff. But absolutely brilliant. So you're going?
I'm going Haaland. It's got to be Haaland, a striker. You need a striker as well, Ted.
Yeah, I think it from Chelsea, or they need a really good playmaking, someone to replace Smith Rowe, who seems constantly unfit to play football.
And Cole Palmer,
Palmer. You know what? You're absolutely. I'm saying stupid. I've been absolutely thick. Obviously, you take Cole Palmer.
Yeah,
obviously.
And you seemed pained to say anyone, to be honest with you, Sarah.
No, do you know what? They have got, obviously, they've got some incredible players, but I'm just saying, I don't think Salah at this point, if it was a few years ago, mate, absolutely, it'd be him I'd go for. But Szoboszlai or Ekitike is a great shout as well.
Ekitike would be.
We get a couple now.
I think Ekitike. Yeah,
God, look at me choosing two.
If I were you, I'd take the whole team, to be honest.
Right, let's do your shout then, Ted.
Yeah, right. So, thank you very much, James in London, this week for this. That could be, I have friends called James in London, so this is...
It might be Reece.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying not to distract you earlier. I was just like, I'm pretty sure I found a picture of what Fulham do for Bovril.
Fulham Bovril.
That's
amazing. This is Fulham's Duck Bovril.
So hang on. So that's you put like duck grease in there and the duck.
Yeah, you put all like the duck leftovers and you press it. So yeah, I guess that's from Fulham.
That tastes great on the bloody terraces.
Excited to take that on the Avanti West Coast service back home.
Can you bring some back? Can you get some in a thermos for us? Yeah.
Can we do
that beats the Plymouth Argyle hospitality? Where genuinely, I won't take you to tell you something. My mate is a vegan. Obviously, I work in the arts, but mate, vegan. Like comes to Plymouth Argyle for the haute cuisine pre-match. Right? Goes up to the bar, and it's chicken pie, rice, and that sort of
your standard stuff,
and some veg, and literally, and I'll send a photo of what it is. He gets to the front of the line, and he goes, "Hi, sorry, I'm vegan," and she goes, "What?" He goes, I'm vegan. She's like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, he's like, well, I'm vegan. I can't have meat. He's like, All right. Okay. All right. And he goes into the back room. Like, what the fuck am I going to do? Comes back out, shouts the entire line, "Sorry, we've got a vegan."
No.
To the whole queue. Shames him.
He gets given what I can only describe as leeks and rice. And I'll find a photo. It is like the most. He was at tears. Shout out Neil, who's band Quartermaster 3 have just released an album.
I bet they were buttered leeks as well, and they just didn't have a clue what they were doing.
And he was like, "This is bad."
Yeah.
Anyways, that's so funny.
Beautiful.
That's shocking.
Vegan hospitality, obviously at Forest Green, was delicious, however, so I'll give you that. But James in London has said this: "Hi guys, some advice. Ask me because I'm starting to lose my mind over something that sounds petty, but is genuinely getting under my skin now. I love football, and recently I've been taking my new-ish American girlfriend to matches with me.
Congratulations.
Yes. Well,
I can see the problem already.
Yeah, we know what it is. She's American. She enjoys going, which is great, but, and he's capitalised, but, she insists on calling it soccer, which is doing my head in. I tried jokingly to tell her to stop, but obviously I don't want to risk the relationship by taking this too seriously this early on. I know it's not genuinely terrible, of course. I know it's a cultural difference, but my God, I find it so annoying to the extent I want to be so serious about it. Basically, am I overreacting? Is it just one of those tiny relationship quirks I'm supposed to ignore? Or is it fair to expect my partner to switch to football eventually when we're at a football game? Should I bring it up or should I just leave it?
So, just to shrink this down, English football fan has American girlfriend. He's getting very annoyed that she calls it soccer.
Yeah.
And I think that is absolutely fair enough.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
I've been there at a new part of a relationship where you don't want to rock the boat too early.
Yeah.
You're enjoying all the perks that come with a new relationship. Yeah. But if that gets said on the football at the football, if she's going soccer too loud at the football, he's going to be ostracised from people he's known for years, isn't he?
As long as she's not standing up and going, "Fight and win! Fight and win!"
Let's go defense.
I thought that was just a chant for the Toronto Blue Jays, but it turns out they do it.
It's crazy.
Which I know. I try to be sympathetic, but soccer is so obviously not what it's called.
Yeah.
Although it is obviously it's soccer, and there's all these things around it.
Because their football is what we call American football,
but
right?
it's also not football.
But it's also rugby.
They barely touch it with their feet.
Yeah, and they also barely play. It's mainly ad break.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, isn't it? I tried to get into it, and like some of it's really like exciting. I got into it a bit, but I just got bored because it goes on for hours and hours and hours because of the. It is, but I can sympathise that if you're used to calling something, it'd be like us going to America and like going to watch our football, and they support, I don't know, Miami or something, into Miami. And we're going, "Oh, do you want to go the footy?" Or "We want to go the football?" And they're like, "God, it's soccer. I'm sick of this." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he needs to just lay it down. If we're all in agreement that she is wrong, which I think we are.
It is football.
Then maybe we need to come up with a plan for him of what he can do.
I think don't bring it up yet, is what I will say.
Lock it down.
Allow it for a month. Because the positive is she's coming to football with you.
I was going to say.
And if in your relationship, the person you're with doesn't like football, it's
tough.
Incredibly hard to bring them round to football. So that's good. Leave that going. And then I think just basically, eventually, keep doing it in a slightly joking way so it seems,
Yeah.
And then maybe
The penny will drop.
3 months? Probation period, isn't it? If she hasn't changed in 3 months, at the probation, are we going to the next level of our relationship? Say, I'm very happy to have a child with you, but you need to stop calling it.
That's soccer. Beautiful. We're at the point where we're taking bits from each side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, get down on one knee and say, will you stop calling it soccer?
Yes, yeah. Perfect.
Go on. Sorry, Pete.
I'll tell you what I would do if you want. I would get hammered, have an argument, wake up the next day. She knows how you feel. That's where I'd be at.
And she's gone back to America.
Potentially, yeah. My other point would be...
That's a crazy... So our advice is get smashed and yell.
My other point would be, in about 6 months, she probably won't give a shit about the football anymore.
Because they'll be at the World Cup.
And you won't have to worry about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she'll probably... So you could just ride it out for a while until she finds something else to do.
Yeah. I kind of think just embrace the fact that you found a lovingly wonderful partner who will go to the footy with you, and just try not to pay too much attention to it.
No,
you got to bring it up.
And I really don't like it being called soccer, I get it, but I sort of think, mate, like how great it is to have a partner that you can go to match with.
I was seeing someone once. They said Pacific instead of specific.
That would be.
And I tell you what really did it for me, because it's that they used the exact phrase, "Yeah, we'll meet at that Pacific time," and I said, "Well, okay, so I'll meet you 3 hours." You know, like I will. If you got to be correct about that, and I know there are people that, you know, but I find that
I know what's going on with this bloke, and I know why he's got in touch. Every time she says it, his balls go back in his body.
He's got the ick.
He's going, oh no.
He's got the ick.
Do you know what I think they should do?
Go on then, Lucas. Let's have it.
Every week, the guy goes, shall we go to Pizza Hut? Every week she'll go to Pizza Hut and she's going to snap and go, it's pizza. Oh, is it really? Well, it's fucking football.
Yeah, good shout. Good shout.
I think that's a great one. And
it's
I think
good
that's
that
a great one.
or compromise, actually. On the opposite, compromise and say, all right, for you, I will call it aluminum. For you, I will say, if you call it football, I will say aluminum. I will call it sidewalk. Yeah. Something like that.
The
trash can live in our house.
I'll swap couldn't care to could care less, even though it doesn't grammatically make any fucking sense. It's nuts.
That drives me mad.
It's because you got to care at least a little, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. I'll give her one of those and say, I will do one of those Americanisms if you stop doing that. Because I think that's actually really romantic. Yeah. Because it shows you're willing to... I'm actually really happy with that.
Okay, so you could take Teg's advice, or if you'd like, you can just get hammered and have an argument. That is another option.
Or just say, do you want to go...
hat and saying that as well, it seems like the most bloke argument. Yeah, just tell her how you feel over.
All I'm saying is, I just know a lot of people in my life, myself included, who sometimes bottle things up, and the only way to get out there is with a good drink inside you. Yeah. And then you wake up the next day and you've had the argument, and then you're like, right, we all know how we feel now.
But that's often not
Teddy's
great.
flopping his hair from side to
I
side.
just don't agree with that. I think keep it in. Get hammered, and then instead of having an argument, get so stressed and listen to some music on your phone and go.
Or just call it the game, the match. Do you want to go to the match?
This is a good point.
The match?
No, because football will come up regardless. So I agree, but you gotta. There will not be a period where. I think my compromise there. You've got three options. You got nothing. You've got Neville Chamberlain's white but absolute disgrace over here. You've got the complete opposite. You've got preemptive strike. Okay, if we're going through the war territories,
get hammered, have the conversation. I'm telling them to have the conversation,
and I'm doing a compromise. So if you were to compare this to the film House of Dynamite that's just come out with Catherine Bigelow, option 9, option 7, option 5, which is what we think Idris Elba should have done in the film.
And just let us know which one you do go for and if it works out for you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you on that, actually.
Yeah, and again, thank you for sending that in, James. All the best. Please send in your ones. We love these. We love we love hearing them because it makes us feel a bit better about our usefulness in the world.
Yeah.
So we're saving lives and relationships here.
Saving lives and love. So please send it to hello@knockaboutpod.com or any of the channels that Pete mentioned at the top.
Right, that's us pretty much done. I think we don't need to talk about LEBOM this week, do we, guys?
Let's wrap it up here.
I've got a few words to say.
Look at he's piping up
Producer Lucas with ChatGPT once again saving the day. Did you use an online AI tool for your predictions? Yes, he did.
Obviously, because I know he did because my shower was slightly less pressured than it was the week before. Taking water now. I mean, it's a weird one. There were a lot of odd results this weekend. There were. It's fair to say, and a lot of results that shouldn't have happened.
I said to you when we met in the pub before we recorded this, that I knew what would happen because Everton had beaten. A 10-man Everton had beaten United last week. So I put Everton to win this week and I put United to lose. Or United to draw, sorry. And then I actually thought, it's going to be the other way around. This is the way football happens.
They're responding.
When a team gets to a result like that, we know what happens next, don't we?
Yeah.
That's it. And like you said, Manchester United, they got heavily criticised after, when the red card happened so early on, everyone's going, this is going to be a walk in the park, 3 points. It didn't happen. So they got critiqued a lot. And because it's Manchester United, obviously they got extra critiqued. So they've shown the response and, they got a really good result away at Palace. I think I put a draw. No, I put Palace to win.
How do you go back to the week
Everton,
before?
I didn't see us getting beat 4-1, I'll be honest. I actually genuinely thought we might win that, even though Newcastle have got a great squad. So, yeah, you've had a great weekend, Pete. You've won on LEBOM, and ChatGPT over there. And Me and Ted have both watched our actual teams get battered.
Let's have a look.
Done rubbish.
Let's have a look at our league. So Lucas,
I'm such an old man. I have no idea how to get back to the game before. I'm just aimlessly scrolling
player
up and down the
176452
as I did the chat.
So producer Lucas won our personal league with 56 points.
Yeah.
Everyone else was sort of close. Me and Sarah had 50 points each. One of the other producers. And then the Knockabout podcast league, which is one that you can come and join us on.
I don't know how to do it either. I'm sorry.
This week was won by Dino MUFC.
Oh,
Congrats,
he's
Dino.
another fellow United fan there. He's had a great week.
I'm just happy that he beat Lucas, to be honest with you. That's where I'm at.
Yeah,
So
I did
you won
reduce
our
my
little,
winnings.
you won our one that we play every week, but the Knockabout podcast one, which anyone can join, you guys can get involved as well on LEBOM. Dino won.
Well done, Dino.
He took 27 quid this week on there.
Yeah, it's good.
Nice.
And it's getting bigger. The more people that join that group, the bigger the pot becomes. So, when you got 30 people in, the pot suddenly goes to 54 quid, and again, as we said, if we get up to 100, LEBOM have also said we'll have a little treat for you. So more incentive.
Extra incentive.
We are loving it. We said this every week, and not just because we're contractually obliged. We really love LEBOM. I'm having such a good time on it, and I find it a really interesting way to follow football because again, I got quite annoyed, and also now I am like thinking, what is the best neutral result for me? So, for example, if I know I'm not going to win, I don't want the gap in the total leaderboard to become ridiculous.
Okay.
So, for example, I quite like that it was a draw, but not a 2-1. So I quite like that it was a win, but not a 2-1, because that meant that someone didn't get 26 points and close the gap. So there's always games you
It's
can play
also
with.
giving you things to talk about with tradesmen that come to your house, isn't it? And
Yes,
stuff like
I'm
that.
eating...
For 30 seconds.
Yes, the one, And also the other thing that's great is the Universe. You pay £2 more, you get into the Universe, and you can win a pot of up to £10,000.
Yeah, so currently the pots in our little leagues are nice little amounts of money. We win about 30 quid each if we win our leagues. That extra £2 just opens it up to some serious amounts of money. We've had some good winners on from our Universe previously as well.
We have.
This was this week's winner from the Universe. What was his name, Lucas?
So he was last week's.
Last week's winner.
He won on Thursday, so that was the
the
games
international.
Yeah.
And this guy is Nick.
My name's Nick Harwood. I'm from Coleshalton, South London, born and bred in Wimbledon. Formerly known as the King of Coleshalton of darts, because I went on the leagues around here, around London.
What a character.
But now I've got a new monocle. My wife calls me Master of the Universe, because I won the Predictor Challenge this week. I'm from £1,340. I did in a group with my mates Bill, we're all trained drivers from London Bridge. Stuck with £2, didn't notice no one else put it in, because midweek a lot of people forget. Same as Super 6, we've all done it. And at the end of it on Thursday night, I just got back from Beckland Junction. I was at London Bridge, checked to see if my £2 had been given back so I could do it again. And there was 1,342 quid in my account.
Fantastic.
Don't know what it was all about. I thought it was a con or something. So I went to the main bit and it said I'd won. So I took a screenshot, sent it to Bill. And Dollar Bill sent me back and said, Donna, if you want to check your wallet, I think you won it, mate. So I did, checked my wallet. The money was in it. Withdrew it straight away, of course. Went to a cash point London Bridge and it was all in there when I checked my balance.
Amazing.
Unbelievable, Jess. Like playing the game. We've got to say, with the money, our oven blew up 6 months ago. So I got one on finance, forgot all about it, and got an email this week saying you got to give us £500 for the oven or you have to start paying interest. So it's paid for my oven, it's paid for me Christmas, kids are happy. So Christmas is a good time for me. Thank you very much. And if you want to know anything about the darts, if you're going to do a predictor or you want to talk about darts that goes on in Ali Pally from the 11th of December, let me know, because I am Stato Man. Google me. See you later. Nice one, lads. And the lady.
I
Come on,
love
Nick.
him.
Right,
He's like your old school proper Londoner, South
London Bridge train
Pally.
drivers, they've got a LEBOM all together as
grew
well.
up in Wimbledon, which is interesting because obviously that's where I live now. So I wonder if he's a Wimbledon fan.
Maybe.
So maybe I'll see him when I go to the.
That was brilliant. Nick, we absolutely love you. His wife now calls him the Master of the Universe.
Mate, what a
Static
guy.
man, love that.
He has been a little bit unlucky because not as many people played an international week, which means he only won about 1,300 quid.
Which though paid for the interest on his oven.
It
which
did.
Is,
Divine
for the
timing.
oven.
But usually, if you are playing Universe, you could expect to win upwards of $4,000.
People win about 4 or 5 grand usually. But on that as well, thank you for the darts chat. I mean, it's coming up soon. We could get a little
look
bit of a
in there.
little, if we go to Ali Pally with him, we might.
Absolutely.
And I feel like you two are like chalk and cheese, but would also be best friends.
Me and him?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. We
I
get
just
on
feel,
incredibly well.
I really feel like
Well,
that.
he corrected himself at the end as well. He went, right, thanks, lads and lady, and woman, or whatever
It was
he
a
said.
lady.
It was a little bit of a doff the cap.
Yeah.
I quite like
a
that.
lady.
And also
Good
just brilliant. He had the brilliant sort of timing of happy.
Yeah,
It's quite Brentian in a way.
Nick, we're happy for you, mate.
Well,
Lovely
Nick,
stuff. Congrats
congratulations.
on winning the universe. Let's have a look at our big bets then. So last week we predicted for West Ham Liverpool, which obviously Liverpool won 2-0.
I don't think any of us put that right.
No, we didn't know.
I think we all sort of, this is my theory, I think we all sort of, and this is how the traitors always happens as well, we groupthinked ourselves. We talked ourselves into thinking, they can't possibly win.
Yeah.
You know, I think because we'd had the debate that week as well about Slot going. And thank you for your comments on that, by the way. Really great.
Yeah, some really good comments
Really good
on
comments on that.
But, so I went for 2-1 West Ham. Sarah went for 1-1 because you can't bring yourself to say that Liverpool will win.
I actually thought, if anything, that West Ham might win.
Right, yeah,
but then as soon as the game started, Liverpool looked pretty comprehensive.
Yeah.
Like after the first half, I thought Liverpool are going to win this. Then
I think dropping Salah was the big thing. I think dropping Salah.
Well, he can slot straight into Everton now. To be fair,
I think genuinely galvanised the team a bit of okay, fuck, he will drop a big player, he will change it.
Yeah, and then Ted 3-2 Liverpool is what you went. So at least you got the.
So
right.
I got Liverpool won, but I
did you? Right
result.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look at the big bets this week. Then who are we going to go for this week? So it's next weekend, which is the second.
So we're recording this on Tuesday, so we don't know the results of. We are playing LEBOM tomorrow, but so we'll probably have a couple of leagues to talk about next week. But we don't know what the results will be. We don't know what will happen. So, but the games on the weekend, the big games on the weekend this week, I would say quite a big game is Wolves v Man United. But I've actually
big old relegation one. That one.
No,
Aston Villa Arsenal is the other one that I quite like the look of.
Is it Villa at home?
It is Villa at home, 12:30 kickoff on Saturday.
Let's do that.
Let's do Aston Villa Arsenal because Aston Villa are a bit on the rise. Arsenal have got to drop points at some point.
Well, they technically dropped points this week.
Yeah.
I know, but that's against. I don't know.
I think it was the 10 men thing. Like when Casado got sent off, I think Arsenal really should have probably pushed on to win.
We see this so often though. When a team goes down to like the Everton game, they're hard to play against.
It galvanised. And to be fair, to credit Chelsea as well, they were so like attacking minded, and like they actually could have lost it in the end, couldn't they? Yeah. So I think ours, but they have dropped points against Sunderland. If you want to keep winning, don't you? They dropped points against Sunderland a few weeks back. They dropped points against Chelsea, if you want to call it that, even though it was a big team.
Again, both away. This is away.
I'm going to go for a draw, and I think it will be 1-1.
I don't think that's a silly shout at all. And bear in mind, because it's a sort of back-to-back predictions, because I'm predicting this week, which will affect next week's, even though we can't talk about, or tomorrow's games. I think they'll beat Brentford tomorrow. I think they'll win 1-0, 2-0, that sort of thing. And I think that will make them beat Villa. I think they'll win. I think they'll win 2-1 away at Villa, and I think it'll be quite a defining title winning
2-1 to Arsenal. I'm going to go 1-1. Sarah, what are you going for?
I'm going 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, I think Villa, they've really done well recently, as you said. They've kind of just crept right up there. They're flying in the league, really. And I think Arsenal have got more quality.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes does galvanise a manager to go back to his old place when, he wasn't treated that well there in the end.
Yeah, but I think this is the thing. I think Arsenal will win the Premier League this year. And for that prediction to happen, they need to go on a couple of runs of win. Yeah. They need to do 3 or 4 wins in a row moments. And they've had a draw. They've had a little, it's been good form, but they've had little stop-starty draws. I think it'll be 3 back-to-back wins now. So
no one giving Villa much of a chance. We will very much see what happens next week when we reconvene.
Yep.
And that's almost it for this week's The Knockabout Podcast. But just to remind you again, come and play LEBOM. First of all, play with your mates, your family and stuff. It's a great communal way to bet. It's a fantastic way of doing it. But also, if you are playing LEBOM already, or if you're going to join us, come and get stuck into the Knockabout Podcast League. It's going to be a really fun one. And like Ted said, when we get to 100 people within that league, there is going to be a little incentive, an extra incentive for this first week that happens.
That's it. And already, if we've got 100, we've put £2 in. So it's literally, that's what I would say, money. Less than a cup of coffee or cup of tea.
Not where Ted buys them.
Exactly. You've already got £200 or 180-ish if you win. So an incentive on top of that, you're talking some really big money, and there's not too many people to
for the price of 2 cups of tea in Ted's Britain, you could potentially
win. Ted's Britain. Right, that's it for the week on the Knockabout Podcast. If you've enjoyed it, all the usual stuff, give us a follow, like, subscribe, tell your mates as well.
Yeah, and so no, that was very bizarre. So bless you.
Made it through that.
Sorry, I did,
yeah, and apparently Cleverly's not going to go to the end of January. So
oh really?
Yeah, apparently he's going to be given the whole window. So
the fan forum's happening.
On that bombshell, it's only a crisis when you're in the bottom 3 or 4, as it is in League One, where we are now. Thanks so much for tuning in.
See you next week.